this week.
Smog night, it was so bad, bro. Smog was so bad.
Someone go
Starting-
check the audio.
Starting soon, once starting soon.
Oh, it's not starting. But audio, fine.
How can we test the audio?
Who's disconnected?
It's gonna be a great one.
Take that.
What happens if someone disconnects? Like, do you lose the stream or something?
My overlay gets messed up because I have it set up for 7 people. It's 6 people. Everyone's screen gets bigger. Subco volume
Testing, 1, 2.
Yeah?
त्यो साउन्ड ओभरले भइरहेको छ म त के बोल्छ भनेर ओके साउन्ड ठिक छ सबैको
I said Sago got a mic too.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Elgato mic.
Damn, pros, huh?
We're good, right? So we're good to go?
Sure.
It's like
Let's
the
go.
kindergarten class, man. It's a lot of people.
Let's go, kids.
I look so good.
Alright. Well, welcome to a brand new episode of Honey Badgers Football Podcast. Premier League is back. The fans are back. It seems to be an exciting season. We got our regular panel joined by a brand new guest today. So let's just welcome him, Virat, in the house. Virat, how you doing?
What's up? All good, man. All good. Enjoying the fall. What's up with you guys?
Welcome. Super happy to have you here. We got regular people. I use Deepak, Sanjay, Sarthak, and actually Sardul's making a comeback too. So let's just give it up for Sardul as well.
Yeah.
So I'm jumping straight to it. Premier League first game week ended. Surprisingly, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard this is one of the rare game week where there was not a single draw. So there was a winner in every game that happened.
And you know what else was rare? Deepak beat me in fantasy, man. That's just...
We'll get
bench
to it.
boost, sounds-
We'll get to it. Actually,
man.
I have a second just for that special part. We'll get to it. But starting first, let's talk about the games. Manchester United, Leeds United, Sanjay. Take us through it. United dominating. So, how are you feeling? I know it's just the first game, but how are you feeling after that? Take us through United versus Leeds.
Yeah, very good week for United fans. Even before the game, we unveiled Raffled Run in front of the Old Trafford crowd, so that was good vibe even before the game. And then after the game started, it was a really good game. You might find this weird because we actually, I believe, outran or out intensified Leeds, and it's usually the other way around. Leeds they're so intense, the other team finds it hard to keep up with them. But for this game, it was the other way around. And I was kind of hoping before the game that Bruno, I know he had a poor Euros, so I was hoping that he would regain his form. And what does he do? Within half an hour, he scores a really good goal from a really awesome pass from Paul Pogba. So yeah, it was a masterclass from United. Hat-trick from Fernandes and 4 assists from Pogba. And I believe he's only less than 10 players have done it in the past or something like that. I might be wrong. But yeah, Leeds did get a goal back. It was a really good from Luke Ayling. I don't think any keeper in the world could have saved that because it was so in the corner and it was hit with so much power. But as they scored the first goal, I thought oh wait, how many times did we see United not get a win or draw at Old Trafford? So I was a little bit afraid that might happen again. But then Greenwood scored within 5 minutes of when Leeds scored. And after that, the goals kept coming to the point that even Fred scored a goal. So yeah, a very good week. And we also got to see a little bit of Jadon Sancho. It was only 15 minutes, so there wasn't much he could do. And the game was pretty much done and dusted anyways. But few nice touches in there. But in overall, a very good week. And looking forward to the next one.
Who's the background noise?
Yeah, I hear that too.
Birat.
AC or something. Oh, maybe it's Birat.
Okay.
You get it now.
Bira, you can unmute just when you're talking. So the rest of you, did you guys watch the game? You know, like, how'd you feel about United? I mean, dominating performance. First game they came in, they showed that they mean business. I guess Bruno Fernandes has forgotten about the Euros and he's back starting where he left last season. Pogba is continuing from Euros. He's here with his 4 assists. I mean, I think only like 6 or 7 Arsenal players are in that list of people who made 4 assists. But it's a dream start, and like you said, Varane was introduced, so nothing could have gone wrong for United. Ole was happy. So how do you guys feel about United? Did you see the game?
I caught the second half, but let's calm down. It's only first game. Let's pump the brakes. All right?
I saw the stats, right?
But
Since Sir Alex left and before Ole came in, apparently United had only scored 5 goals like twice. And ever since Ole's come in, they've scored 5+ goals 10 times. 10 times in so how do you calm down, man? It's not normal that you score 5+ goals, let alone first game of the season.
I mean,
Yes.
I don't know, maybe
they were playing Leeds, and they don't really have the best defense out there either. Once they concede, they just let everything in. But yeah, I think United did improve from last season. I think I said it previously too. Their team has definitely gotten stronger than last season.
I'm also
But
going to
let's
ask
see how
this,
they
right?
continue.
I'm also going to ask you. United also did smack Leeds last year as well. Just for the context.
seems like they're making a habit of it.
Yeah. It seems
hope
like
so.
Leeds only know how to play one way, and United have like the perfect counter to that. Because like even last season they scored 6 goals against them, and this season they scored 5. So it seems like United is one of the bogey teams, kind of the bogey teams for Leeds.
But
Dang.
Sadul, you weren't here last time, so how do you really feel about United this season, though?
I feel like they've strengthened. They needed a winger and a defender, and they got it. And I don't think they have any more excuse to not like challenge for the title. Because like even last season, they were how many points City win the league by? Like 12 or 15 points, something like that. And I think this season, like this should be up there. That's like the bare minimum for them.
Alright, cool. I'm not gonna ask everybody else. That's fine, because next game we're covering Chelsea Crystal Palace. I mean, comfortable win for Chelsea. So Birat, that's your team. Talk us through it.
What's up?
You watched the game, Chelsea Palace. How do you feel about
Yes,
Chelsea?
yes.
You know, dominating. I mean, they didn't look like they were gonna struggle anytime. 3-0, perfectly set up. So how was the game? How do you feel about Chelsea this season?
I think Chelsea have been improving ever since Thomas Tuchel came. I think the most fundamental difference is the mentality that he has brought in. You know, before Thomas Tuchel, we had the same setup, but nobody thought that we could challenge for any title. He comes in 2 games, we're challenging for every title. The same setup has come in this season too. Plus with the addition of Lukaku. Kai Havertz getting into the second season, so I think people are settling in, and I think the first game kind of shows up where we set up last year. So I think we are on a track to like a winning track. So I think we're doing good.
Wow, finally a very well-spoken Chelsea fan. Ayus, man, how you doing?
Doing
Yeah,
very
boy.
good. All right. I heard that diss.
Oh, it was not for you, man. Don't worry. It was.
All right, cool. Thanks. So on that game, like I actually wanted to see Lukaku play, but I get like I get the circumstance, right? He wasn't even I don't think like announced by the time that the game was there. So
It was
I
too
think we
late
get to
for him
see him.
it was too late for him to play that
Yeah,
game.
yeah, exactly. I hope we get to see him maybe against the Arsenal game.
Definitely.
But
They
even
said
without a striker, yeah, even without a striker, and like with a lot of our Champions League starting teams, like team players like Kante, and what was it, Havertz, um, and some other players like Thiago Silva. Even with them being outside of the team, our team still went and dominated the game and scored 3 goals without a striker. Right. There were also some clear-cut chances that we could have had if we had a chance. If we had a striker, like we probably may have gotten like 5, maybe even 6 goals on some of the chances that we created. But overall, 3-goal win. I'll take it. It's 3 points on the table.
Okay. Sartak?
I think it was a great start to the season. We were very well balanced. At any point in the game, it didn't look like we were going to concede. And I think the defense was pretty solid, and even without Kante, and that's a lot. When both Jorginho and Kovacic aren't really good defensively, so even with them, our defense looked pretty solid. I'm really impressed with Trevor Chalobah. Like his positioning and passing
Is he a
was
defender?
good.
What position is he?
He was playing right center back. So I think that was a plus point. And I think, like you said, with like Lukaku not in yet, Thiago Silva, Reece James not playing, Ben Chilwell not playing, it was not really our first team, but it was still a good performance. So really looking forward to the season.
And Alonso plays defense too, right?
Left.
Yeah, he's a left wing back.
So you got 2
But he
defenders
plays
scoring
mostly
goals for you guys.
in attack.
Yep, yeah, our striker can't do it, so somebody has to make it up, right? But hopefully with Lukaku, we
Oh, Birat's here, so I want to know. Birat, I know these two, what they think, but what do you think about Timo Werner?
I really like Timo Werner. He probably isn't like a big man like Lukaku, but he does everything else other than scoring goals. He setups, he runs, he builds up confidence. So he is the man we want to have there up front. Without him, the up front part, it'll just get dull.
So sounds like you
Is
really
that
don't want him
Yeah.
up front. You want him behind main striker, technically. Just like what
I,
Firmino does for
I
us.
no, I think we want him running the channels all the time, putting those defenders.
This is what I think. He can play alongside Lukaku. So Lukaku will be the main guy up front and he'll be doing all the dirty work behind his back, running, making chances, taking the ball, passing around. So he'll do that dirty work.
Yeah, like yesterday
he-
for the Pulisic goal, right? Like the goal only came because there was space where Werner ran the defender away from Pulisic, basically. We
Even
need
even
him to
on
do
like
that stuff.
Champions League final, when Kai Havertz scored the goal, he was running and creating that space for Kai Havertz to run. Had he not run the other way, Kai Havertz would not have gotten the space to run. So he does the work behind the back. So I love him. He is a great player, for us. Yeah.
Nice. Finally, some Werner love in this podcast.
I love it, bro. He's the man for
Ah,
us.
cool. Moving on to the team that looks like that they're gonna easily win the league. All right, Sadul, how you feeling? Liverpool dominating Norwich, yeah.
Um, I mean, I always thought that even after all the signings that Man City made, Chelsea made, even United's signings, I thought that a fully fit Liverpool squad, they are good enough to win the league. If they are fit throughout the season, they are gonna achieve more than like 90 points, and I think that's enough to win the league this like past 2 years. And I think that if Liverpool stays fully fit, if Van Dijk, if Fabinho, Mo Salah, the 3 players for me, if they stay fit throughout the season, then I think Liverpool will win the league.
I mean, I agree with everything you said, but those are massive ifs, right? Like it's because if they don't, that changes everything, like we saw last season. So those are very, very big ifs. But we'll see that down the line. Deepak, Norwich, the performance, Liverpool, all the front, except Mane, all the other strikers actually scoring some goals, clean sheet, Alisson saving that We're back, right?
That was a massive upset. Yep. Well, it's refreshing to see Van Dijk back in the lineup. You can see the difference in the team, just him being there. Finally, we can play a high line and catch other teams on counterattack. We missed that last season when Van Dijk went out. But Norwich, I don't think they were up to the task, honestly. It was a good win. I think it was smooth sailing for us. But good to see Van Dijk back. Also, we didn't even play our full fit squad. We didn't play Fabinho in the midfield. So I think we did not play our best midfield. So there's a lot more to come from Liverpool. So watch out, boys.
Like Deepak just said, we can play the high line, but there's also this mentality about Van Dijk. Like there was a situation where Pukki, he had made a run behind the defender Matip, but Van Dijk read the run and he followed Pukki, and I think that's what we were missing last season. And off the top of my head, I can't think of the goal that we conceded against Real Madrid. It was a similar situation. Like Nat Phillips and Trent, both of them were running towards the same person. So that was like one thing that let us down last season. And I think like Van Dijk being there, like organizing the defense, I think that's what makes like Liverpool play the attacking football, like the counter-attacking football, like we usually play. And I think the season, well, like you said, it's just a matter of ifs. But if they stay fit, then I think we'll win the league.
Also, Mo Salah breaking the record, right? Was it a 5 straight opening day goal?
Yeah, not bad for one season wonder.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was thrown around a lot, but I don't think it has been in the past couple of seasons. People are starting to acknowledge it, but still doesn't get quite the respect I believe that he.
Yeah.
But I want to know from the rest of you guys, like, what do you guys think about Mo Salah? Like, like a lot of it's thrown down, like he dives, he cheats, but always Golden Boot contender, won it in past multiple times, scores a lot of goals, creates a lot of goals, assisted twice. So what do you guys think about Mo Salah? Ayus?
He looked sharp when he played against Norwich.
But just in general, not just that one game, as a player.
Yeah, as a player, I mean, yeah, he has the numbers to support, like, the fact that he is one of the better players in the world. That's all I'm going to give him.
Fair enough. Sanjay? I know you're going to give some smart answer. Yeah, I trust in you.
Yeah, I think I've always said Mo Salah. I would rather have him play first than against us. Like you said, his numbers back up like everything, and on his day, like he's like pretty much like untouchable. Like he can create goals, he can score goals, and he can also like play the number 9, like where he can like hold the balls and stuff. So he's pretty much the like almost like a complete player in terms of the position that he plays, what he can bring to the team. So yeah, very good player, and deserves a lot more respect than like what people give him.
True. Mo Salah, king. Moving on to probably where most people were not expecting, North London, right? Both North London clubs doing something that we didn't expect them to do, starting with Arsenal losing 2-0 to Brentford. I mean, like,
remember that.
If you put that kind of performance against a newly promoted side who's not played Premier League, don't really know what to say. Like, Arteta is really gotta go, right? Arsenal cannot be playing this level of football throughout like 37 more games because they're not gonna survive, because that was just shit.
I fully expected that from Arsenal. It's just me that I did.
I mean, I know you're coming from your Chelsea fan side, but just put that aside, as a even if they're shit, right? It's Brentford, like. It looked like Arsenal was the one that got promoted, and Brentford were the one looked like a Premier League team.
And you gotta think about this, right? So the next 2 games they have is with Chelsea and with Man City. So it's gonna be most likely it's gonna be 3 games with 0 points.
Do you want me to say
on the beginning?
They're probably gonna beat Chelsea at this point, right?
Shut up! Don't say that.
Beat Chelsea, man.
But no, think about that, right? Like the fact that they lost against Brentford means that they lost their opportunity to get some like guaranteed points, and the manner in which they lost, right? Like also like Aubameyang wasn't there, and Lacazette wasn't there, and apparently like they were out because of sickness, and there's no actual specificity from like the club to as to like what the sickness is. I don't think Mikel Arteta on the interview afterwards was even happy that they were out. So I feel like there's something else going on with those two. And a lot of like the starting lineup isn't there, right? Like Partey isn't there. Saliba isn't there. He doesn't even rate Saliba. He doesn't even play him, even though they spent so much money on him.
Because he's out on loan.
So like, how do you expect them to compete even against like
He's
some of the
not
lower?
there because he can't play, man. He's out on loan, so that's why he can't play for them.
Yeah, no, I don't understand how you can buy Saliba for that much and then not play him. You know what I mean? You keep playing him. That part makes no sense to me. Same with what happened with Top Partey. I still don't know.
Injured.
He's
Injured, yeah.
Yeah, and then they just throw in Saka to like save them at the end of the match, and I was like, why is he not starting? They actually looked better with Saka on the team than without.
Also, like newly promoted teams sometimes do that, right? The first game, for the first few games, they're like playing like they're the best team in the world. I remember when Burnley first got promoted like 10 years ago, and they played United the first game, and I think they beat them or like at least got a point against them. So the Brentford, like the first 3 games, they're going to be good. And I think Arsenal will probably play better against Chelsea and City than they did against Brentford too. It's just the first game, but you can't like really have a knee-jerk reaction to say that they need to get rid of Arteta.
I'm gonna say they gotta get rid of Arteta. It's not just the first game. It's just.
I think we have to. Sorry to break you down. I think what we have to accept is that the fact that Arsenal have been turned into a mediocre club. You know, they're no longer the club they used to be, or we're used to seeing them. They have that mentality. For them, finishing somewhere like around 4th to 6th is like their biggest achievement, and that's what they strive for. They're not like Manchester United, City, or Liverpool or Chelsea who are like, let's do this. So they have that mentality. They want to survive in Premier League. That's where their goal is. So everything, their purchases, their the manager, everything is towards in that direction. So I don't think they will get rid of Arteta anytime soon because
They're basically Tottenham, right?
What?
They're basically Tottenham.
Tottenham is doing way much better than them. Like if you look at the last 5 years, Tottenham has done so much better. They have contested for the title, Champions League, and you look at Liverpool. I think the best thing they've done is won a couple of FA Cups. That was also like so many years ago.
You mean Arsenal? Not Liverpool.
Sorry,
Not Liverpool.
my bad.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't apologize for them.
We haven't won FA Cup since 2006, so it's not us.
I mean, this is the right time for them to change the manager because Antonio Conte is available.
That's what I was talking about. This guy, man. That's what I was telling you.
Yeah.
Conte
But
comes to
Conte
Arsenal.
comes in, I'm gonna fear, man.
Because that man, he took Inter Milan from a mediocre club to Champions League team, like competing in the Champions League and winning the Serie A. So if he does come to Arsenal, then it's gonna be some serious business. Yeah.
They will instantly be challenging for top 4.
Not even top 4. Like in a couple of seasons, they might even challenge for the title.
And I mean, this season,
Like next season.
They won't challenge.
Next season they will probably challenge for the title.
they might just win the league this season.
Probably. Watch they go and beat City and Chelsea back to back, and we all be like, "Oh, Arteta, okay."
No, if Antonio Conte comes in, not Arteta.
Conte,
Come on.
no.
If Arteta wins the league, I'll just quit.
You quit a lot of
Quit
times,
football.
But yeah, like I said, Arteta, I mean, because there's been no progress. Like the way they played, if that's how you start the season, like, and even their preseason, I don't think they won a single game.
They lost every game. Yeah.
There's nothing there. The players that come in, Ben White was completely exposed by Brentford.
Look at that second goal.
If Brentford exposes your 50 million man, then I don't know how you're gonna move forward in that season. Man.
It's not a 50 million man, right?
You pay 50 million, so he's a 50 million man.
You can pay for shit for 50 million. They
Then
get
that'd be a
shit for
50
50
million
million.
shit. Then that shit would be a 50 million shit, man.
Jesus.
It is what it is.
Such
But
ruthlessness in here.
I'm just saying, man. Like, if
Oh my god.
if you're
Dude.
gonna settle
The
for
guy's only had
mediocrity,
like one game.
he's had 3 seasons, and it's all been downhill.
Oh no, one game in Arsenal, right? We still
Oh,
can't.
you mean
rate him.
Ben White?
Yeah, Ben White.
Yeah, like I'm not slating him, but it's not like he's just made an entrance in Premier League. He's a Premier League defender. He's been in Premier League, and for him to just let that second goal go in like that doesn't give any confidence. Leno was shit.
We knew that.
That's like one of the weird decisions that they've
Let's not
made
bring
lately.
Emi Martinez, man.
But
Yeah,
they-
I
they
was gonna
sold
bring that up.
Martinez.
I was gonna bring that up.
That's just gonna open a floodgate of stuff. But they got couple weeks left for to bring in players. I think Ramsdale's been linked. Odegaard is still their top target. So if they
For long.
manage to get some good players in, maybe. But I don't know. Arsenal, it looks like it's just gonna be another dreadful season, and they got no Europe.
Yeah, that I was gonna bring that up. Yeah, they have no European competitions to take part in, so all their focus is on just the domestic competition. So, if they bring in the right players and change the manager right away, then they still have chance. It's just the first game, so
Yeah, if they get Conte, then that's some serious business. That
Yeah, I talked a lot of shit, but they're still gonna go and beat Chelsea next week. It's just gonna happen.
I,
We'll see about that.
Hey, Ayus knows it.
we got Drogba's son. We got Lukaku back. Walk Arsenal.
Arsenal somehow always beats Chelsea. I just don't get it. That's what I'm saying. Is
They didn't beat us when we had Drogba.
that was
wait,
like
where's the
forever
game
ago.
being played?
Was it Bridge?
Stamford Bridge.
It's a Stamford Bridge.
The last game was at the Bridge, and Arsenal went and beat them.
I think it's at the Bridge. Let me check.
Is it?
But moving on to another side of North London, probably the bigger surprise, or for some maybe not. Spurs beating Man City, the defending champions, the title holders. It's a big story, right? Because with all the Harry Kane drama, but Tottenham came in, new manager Nuno, and they completely outplayed Man City. Lucas Moura, completely different player. So
Yep.
Yeah, it seems like Nuno trusts him. Like you could see him like giving him the full 90 minutes. Even in the preseason, like Lucas Moura has been a big part of their team.
because they both ball.
And yeah, and Spurs, if you look at it, like they still have a good team. Like maybe they're lacking at the defense part, but still, like their midfield and the front line is still good. And
Yeah, like,
the
what was
whole
his name? That guy, the new guy, something Ganga,
Skip.
something
Oh,
Ganga, Tanganga.
yeah, Tanganga.
He was the.
Tanganga.
I think he made like Alan Shearer's team of the week. So
Yeah, he got man of the match in that game.
Yeah, I think it was the whole team. I feel like they wanted to win more than City did. I think they were first to a lot of 50-50s. Like even Dele Alli, he looked like a beast. Like he was just bodying players left and right. So yeah, and Son, I don't know, man. I think he's one of the best like players in the league, and definitely the best Asian player to ever play in the Premier League.
ooh, hold on to that. Sunday, you agree?
Wait, Son? Yeah, he's good.
No, he said Sato just says Son's the best Asian player to ever play in the Premier League.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. Like one of the best. Don't forget Pakistan.
Since
Yeah.
there are a couple of them, that's why I was like, you know.
I think like consistently, even last season, even the season before that, he's been like the second best player for Tottenham besides Harry Kane. So his goals, his assists, I think they're just
I mean, the
Very-
problem with him is he starts the season great and just the second half not so much. And even last year,
Probably
right,
the fatigue.
the first 12 games, it was like Harry Kane and Son, so they were banging goals, assisting each other. But it looks like he's gonna be the main man for Tottenham this year, so maybe he will be getting a lot more goals and be more involved.
yeah. I mean, if Harry Kane leaves, then I don't.
When Harry Kane leaves, man, that's gonna happen.
It's
I don't think he's gonna leave, man.
150 million.
Ooh.
They're preparing for
Yeah,
that.
join my club, bro. Join my club. We bet against that shit, man.
I think it's gonna leave during January, if not this transfer window.
It's January too late. Like by that time, City will lose the title.
January might go.
And even this game, so that they're gonna go even more. They need a striker. They can't depend on the midfielders to score goal. Like, and they got Gabriel Jesus, but doesn't look like they trust him to lead the front line.
Well, here's their backup striker in a team that does not have a striker.
He's like a grown ass man. He needs a second job, man.
That is true.
So it's, I mean, knowing Pep, he's gonna go crazy and go all in for Kane now, especially now. So it's just gonna happen.
Why
That's
he
about
didn't
it.
play a striker?
Who?
Like he wanted to lose this game so he can get a Harry Kane.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that was all his plan.
I don't think it's the City side that's a problem. I think it's Tottenham. Like because City is gonna spend whatever amount to get him. It's just if Tottenham wants to sell or not. And
Probably sells us not to City.
they'll
It's
only,
Levi.
only City
Yeah.
is probably gonna be able to afford him right now.
But the guy, Daniel Levy, he's such a prick. Yeah, like remember the time when Chelsea wanted to sign Luka Modric? Like he didn't sell it to them.
Yeah, for the same amount of money,
Mhm.
he gave it to Madrid. Like what the?
No, that makes sense. Why
Yeah,
would
this
you
whole
sell your
project-
best player to your rival?
Yeah, the same reason why they would sell it to like City, right?
Not rival.
That's why I'm
Exactly.
pretty sure
They're
they're not
not
rivals.
rivals.
Plus, he does not want to sell him to City.
This has that Arsenal selling Van for City United vibe, man. It's gonna happen, and then City's just gonna fucking be miles ahead again. You can't stand Man City.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if they offer 150, which is what's being rumored at the moment, I think they'll get him. Because you don't want to keep an unhappy player, you know? I
Yeah,
think
but I
they
think-
might even go down to
We'll
the
compete
last
for the
game, but I
league.
think they
But-
might
Else
get
we'll
him.
compete for the league. Don't
Like
But I
he didn't he recently sign like a 6-year contract with Tottenham, and that doesn't end till like 4 or 5 more years.
No,
So
He
Yeah.
signed it on 2018.
20.
3 more
So
Yeah,
2024.
under
So
24
four
years.
more years. Yeah.
Yeah,
So Tottenham had the power in this.
How is
like they
24
can.
4 more years? Am I losing it? We're almost in
It's
20.
3 more years.
We're
So
almost
3
in
more years.
2022,
Three more.
man.
3 more years. So yeah.
I mean, might as well sell him now, man. It's what if he doesn't? What if this was his peak? You know?
looks like he really wanted to go to City for some reason.
How old is he?
I'm just saying because
It's
I,
like
I think
28.
he's not. I think he's not
28.
gonna be any different at City. To be honest, I think he's done, man. I hope he's done.
Wow.
I mean, he was another one-season wonder, right? That lasted for 5 or 6 seasons now.
I mean, he's English. No one's telling him. No one's calling him one season wonder. I mean,
I think a lot of people called him a one-season wonder in his first season.
first season, yeah, not after the second season, like they've been calling Mo Salah. But
Yeah, but I think like City, most importantly, I think Ruben Diaz is going to get exposed this season. Like he would be shown to be an average person, like he always was.
Oh, damn.
ooh, nice.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like you can't judge players from like their Euro performances. You know, like they could actually perform for their club. Maybe like Ruben Diaz is a really great fit for Manchester City. So I wouldn't say that quite yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. Fair enough. Like he did. It's not like he had a bad season last year. I mean, he was one of the player of the year contender.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was one of the signing of the season, but starting the Euros and even the game yesterday,
We'll see.
he was.
Even the Champions League final, you could argue.
We'll see. We'll see how it does. This is. I mean, Grealish was fine. Like I think he was getting in the position, creating chances. It's like I said, they need a striker because you can't depend on Sterling to play false nine and score goals all the time.
Nah, I feel like if Kevin De Bruyne started, they'd have a completely different game though. Like he came in and changed the game.
I think that's the main player they missed at De Bruyne that game.
Bro, the ball is what 30.
30. He's
Yeah,
gonna
around
turn
there,
31.
29.
He's
30-ish.
not turning any younger. Grealish is younger, so you know. Plus, I don't think KDB is all that fully fit either.
Yeah, he has a period in the season where he gets injured, like maybe 5 to 6 games straight. Like every season, he's been having that problem. So, and they can really trust on Kevin De Bruyne being fit all season long.
Plus, you spend 100 million on someone, you better start that person.
Yeah, the lineup, the squad, even the entire squad they put out yesterday, it was the most expensive squad in the world ever.
History, it was like 500 something million, man.
Starting lineup, and the bench was 400 something million.
And I still
Oh,
lost to
Lord.
Tottenham. Talk about embarrassing. Yeah, Pep Guardiola's losing his
Well-
sleep.
Arsenal's not Arsenal. I meant Tottenham. They were disciplined. They held up really well. I think they closed all the gaps. They didn't let the in, and I think that shows that the players are buying into managers' philosophy.
Yeah, I
I
think
wonder what the stats is with the home and away team, because I feel like with the supporters back at home, I feel like the home teams got the advantage this first game.
Yep, I think only 2 away teams won this season. This week, it was Liverpool and Brighton.
Brighton.
Yep,
Hi, Brentford, was that away or home?
I think
Home.
that was home.
That was home.
Brentford's home.
Yep, home.
So
Ah.
Arsenal are at home to Chelsea next week. It's at Arsenal's ground.
Why are you celebrating that?
Oh, Chelsea, man, we're gonna win.
He's like, yes, Emirates, we got it. Eh,
No, I think we had a really good away record last season, didn't we? We did.
I think yeah.
After Lampard left, yeah.
Yeah.
Any other result this weekend that stood out to you guys? I mean, Aston Villa lost. Ayus must be happy. Putting them 16 might not be that stupid anymore.
Hey, bro.
That West Ham
You look
game,
good.
that was high scoring game.
Oh, Newcastle West Ham? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that. What was the score?
Everton won.
3-2.
Everton.
Yeah, them fuckers must be loving Rafa Benitez right now. Yeah?
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, Rafa Benitez is definitely going to improve Everton, because like his philosophy is not to concede, and that would mean
They
probably
had,
better.
they had Carlo Ancelotti last year. Let's not act like they went from fucking Son Dyke or someone.
It's a different kind of management, though. Ancelotti is more attacking minded, and Benitez is more on defensive side. And for an average team like Everton, it makes more sense to be
Below average.
defensive.
They finished the second half of the table. So.
All right. Okay. Cool the bias.
When it was Arsenal, you were all excited, eh? It so sucks because Sanjay can't say that about City.
I wish I could, but
So, you know, it's nice when your City rivals are shit.
yep.
But,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, Everton started even last year. Great. They almost won the title in October, so.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, that Aston Villa definitely was one I was not expecting, but it's probably gonna they're probably gonna be back. I don't think their new signings, maybe besides Danny Ings, played, so he got a goal.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, any other teams, any other results that actually stood out to you guys?
Leicester won.
Good scores.
I think it was 1-0.
Yeah.
So you expect
But-
Leicester to start strong. It's the first half of the season. They always do strong. It's after January when their bad timing starts. So let's look at some of the games, some of the important games next weekend. I mean, Liverpool play Burnley home. I mean, it should be a easy win for Liverpool, especially at home with the fans back. Yeah. Any of you guys think?
Waiting for that Salah hat trick. This week.
Are you captaining him?
Yeah.
I mean, United do play Southampton, so Bruno could be there. And United are playing away to Southampton, and knowing their away form from last year, they're probably gonna win. Hope not, but probably will.
And also, what is it? Southampton, they've sold like 2 of the best players, Danny Ings and Vestergaard, so that's a bonus.
I
And
think-
they lost their first game too, so
I think they're gonna go down. Southampton.
Oh, Sanjay had them going down too.
Yeah, because like this is not a standout player in their team. Maybe Nathan Redmond, but
Was Ward Prowse still there?
Yeah, he is.
yeah,
James
they're still
Ward-Prowse
there.
had a good
but-
last year.
But yeah, but even the entire backline, like that's not a good team, and they haven't really signed anyone after selling so many players.
They'll probably still make it. They got enough experience. Because towards the
I
end of the
mean-
league, you need that experience. Because
They have a good manager, the Hassan O'Toole, but I don't know if he can keep them up with that squad.
Norwich continued their tough start to play City.
They're definitely going down.
You gotta feel bad for Norwich, right? So they got Liverpool, City, and they play what, Chelsea or someone like that. They got like whoever
They play
made
Leicester.
whoever made the fixtures, like, all right, Norwich, you go back. Apparently, they're the most relegated and promoted team in Premier League history. So
The yo-yo team.
do it for the record, right?
Chelsea had a pretty tough start too, man.
Yeah, they do. And Spurs play Wolves, so Nuno against his former team. That's gonna be interesting. See how they do. They're riding high. And probably the biggest game of the weekend, right? Arsenal Chelsea. Lukaku is expected to play. It's been confirmed. They come out and say he's gonna be. It's not confirmed if he's gonna start, but he's gonna be involved to some extent. So
Is he in the training?
Yeah.
because they announced him, so they got a whole week. So that's a big game Sunday, Super Sunday. So let's talk about Arsenal Chelsea. It's perfect. Now, like I said, Arsenal could be shit, but somehow managed to win against Chelsea. They've been doing it recently. I still believe they will do it. But go ahead, Chelsea boys. Birat, how you feel about Arsenal Chelsea?
I think I'm confident that we are gonna win. I don't see Arsenal winning it, but you never know. It's the game like Chelsea when Arsenal really kind of pull off their strings and everything. So even if they do end up winning, it's just the start of the season, so it's not gonna matter.
It's the
As
pride,
much.
man. You don't want to lose to your rival team, man. And plus, especially, Arsenal fans are gonna hold on to that forever.
I mean, like the current Arsenal setup, it has to come from some like awful Chelsea mistake or something like that. Other than that, the way Chelsea are set up right now, I don't see them losing at all. Especially at home, if they're playing at home.
No, they're playing away to
The crowd.
Emirates. They're playing in Emirates.
Or